What's up, guys? Rare Spark here, and welcome to Supercard Monday. This is the Supercard Monday video of the week, and I'm going to be updating you on the latest that's happened in my Supercard. So, currently, right now, in the King of the Ring with many bots, we've got 2 other humans aside from me, so 13 of them are bots, which is insane. I got really lucky there. So anyways, back to on topic. I am currently 35-3, so we ended up coming in second, or I'm going to end up coming in second because of this guy right here, Baja Bree. He boosted on me when I had a chance to, maybe surpass him or tie him, which if I tie him, I'm actually going to be in front of him because I have been tied with him before earlier on in the King of the Ring, and I was placed in front of him. So anyways, he boosted on me. I didn't really expect it. I kind of just thought he would energize and we would see who wins, but he boosted on me. That's alright. I don't mind that because I'm going to have to face Conan Sanhua, which he doesn't have the best deck. I should be able to beat him. Obviously, you see me here using Nikki and stuff, but, that wasn't my main deck, so I should have no problem beating him. But I'm very excited to really start another King of the Ring, so depending on how I do in this one, I don't really care too much, because as many of you may have seen in yesterday's Supercard Sunday video, I have now a WrestleMania Pro Nikki Bella, which I pulled during the PCC yesterday while I was grinding. Oh, and as you see here, I ended up getting my goal in Jack Swagger. Now, he's most likely going to be Fusion Food, so once WrestleMania Fusion comes out, he'll be used for that, unless I get a pro of him before that. But I really don't expect to, so I'm kind of half expected to use him in, a WrestleMania Fusion type deal because I don't think I'm going to need to. He's the second worst superstar, I believe, available in the WrestleMania tier, so he's basically not worth having. And if those of you didn't know, I did pull a Bad News Barrett in a WrestleMania King of the Ring where I came in first a couple days ago. So starting to get some WrestleMania cards. It's starting to shape up. I got 14 now, so it's looking pretty good. Not as many as a lot of other people, but starting to shape up, like I said. And we still have Cameron there, who's going to be used for Fusion Food as well. Once that comes around, we have Eve, which is apparently the second worst diva, which I didn't know. So that's kind of disappointing. We also still have Paige there, single Paige. And I really want a second Ted DiBiase, if only because he is compatible with Brock Lesnar, and that would help me tremendously. So I also have a single regular Brock, which I haven't got a pro for, but anyways, that's what's going on right now in my Supercard. I ended up getting rank 1,995, and I actually got really lucky. So I'm just going to explain what happened. And so I ended up falling asleep around, taking a nap really, but I didn't mean to. I ended up taking a nap around 4 o'clock yesterday, and for those who don't know, in Eastern Standard Time, the PCC ends at 9 o'clock. So I was ranked around, I want to say 1600s, maybe 1500s. At one point I was actually the 1400s, but I went up to the 1500s before I fell asleep. So anyways, I was in the 1500s taking a break. I actually stopped at 5,000 points at one point during the live stream that I had yesterday. And I ended up waking up at 8:15 yesterday. So, and by that time I was ranked 2,246, I believe. So I had to fight my way down in those 45 minutes. Luckily, I had saved all of my title matches that I had earned throughout the weekend. I think I ended up with 31 or 32. So I ended up having 32 titles that I could use. I ended up rushing those 45 minutes, and as you see there, I ended up getting ranked 19,995. So that wasn't bad, but I almost screwed up my chances of getting the Jack Swagger, which would have been very disappointing. But, what are you going to do? I've had that happen to me in the past where I ended up falling asleep, waking up, and falling out of the spot that I wanted. But that's not a huge deal. I wouldn't have been, let's put it this way, I wouldn't have been tremendously disappointed if I lost out on a Jack Swagger because he's not that valuable. Like I said, he's the second worst superstar in the WrestleMania tier, so it would not have hurt that bad. But like I said, I can't wait to start the King of the Ring after this one. I'm going to have a WrestleMania Pro Nikki Bella right here. And then, oh man, wait until the Road to Glory this week. Whatever it's going to be, I can't wait to see because either way, it's going to be good for me because here's how I see it. If it's a down, I have the option of tagging Brock in the new Road to Glory. If it's a right, I have the option of tagging it with Triple H. If it's a left, I have the option of tagging it with Bret Hart in the King of the Ring. So he could be here in the new right, whatever it may be, will also be tag compatible. So whatever the scenario, I'm set for the Road to Glory because even if it is a Road to Glory single that doesn't, Road to Glory that doesn't really help me, like it's an up where he's not compatible with Brock or the two cards. Guess what? Bret Hart tag team with with Triple H. Have instead of Daniel Bryan here, you'll see the new Road to Glory card. So very excited for this week's Road to Glory. It'll round out my deck and it'll make it pretty much easy skating for a little while. At least that's what I hope because like I said, I have the advantage on a lot of people. Not everybody, but I have the advantage on a lot of people with the Road to Glory Pro, Nikki Bella. A lot of people haven't gotten their, WrestleMania Pro Divas yet. A few guys have. I know Des Perez has two of them actually, I believe. So, but a lot of people do not have their WrestleMania Pro Divas yet. So, anyways, let's go ahead and play a few episodes of Exhibition here. Try and get some energies real quick and just try out my maximum. This is the best possible deck I can put out there. I do have a WrestleMania manager in Jimmy Hart, but I'm not going to use him because I don't really need help in the charisma department except for Brock Lesnar. But a lot of my cards are very good in their charisma stats, so I'm not too worried about it. And they really need it in their speed categories, as you can tell. They're not the best in the speed. So that's why I use the speed rather than the charisma boost. So anyways, let's go ahead and play Wheeze and see if we can get a couple of energies here. We are 7 minutes into the video, so I'll play a couple here. But man, I love having the Nikki Bella. I can send her out without even thinking twice 99% of the time because not a lot of people have the WrestleMania Pro Diva, and it's just a tremendous advantage at this point. So I'm really hoping the Road to Glory is not a Diva for next week, selfishly, but I really don't think they're going to do that. A lot of people are hoping that they do that, but I really don't think they will because they're not going to do a WrestleMania Diva Road to Glory this quickly, in my opinion. I think Nikki was the 5th Road to Glory. I could be incorrect there, but so we're only up to our 3rd Road to Glory at this point. So we've got 2 more Road to Glories after this until we see the WrestleMania Road to Glory Diva if they keep it on schedule as the Survivor tier did. But anyways, again, Nikki Bella just making things so easy. And I can't wait to change the image down there of my Road to Glory deck because it's going to be it's going to be pretty funny. I'm going to have 3 Nikkis like I do there, but it's going to be a WrestleMania Pro Diva Nikki. And then I'm also going to be adding Daniel Bryan. I'm just looking at the deck, so if you see me looking this way, that's why. But I'm going to be adding Daniel Bryan to there, and I'm also going to be adding a left arrow Survivor Pro Chris Jericho with the long hair, which is better than Kane, I believe. So pretty good replacements there. I don't know if I'm going to keep Fandango or not because he is a down, so I'm considering keeping him. Maybe swapping out Rick Rude there or something like that. I'm not really sure. Want to keep the balance. Try and keep some down arrows for Brock. So that way if he gets pulled in the Road to Glory, I don't need to use him in singles matches and really hurt his tag boost ability. So just really can't wait for this next Road to Glory because it's going to be a lot of fun. But again, I'm loving this combination of Triple H and Daniel Bryan as my backup tag team. They still beat a lot of guys' tag teams, so it's a lot of fun. But I don't know what it is, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, but during the PCC, I feel like I pull energies a lot quicker than when I do in just regular exhibition. I don't know what it is. There are extra things you can actually get in PCCs and Road to Glory, so I'm not sure why they make it so hard for you to get energies in regular exhibition, but I feel like I pull them a hell of a lot less. Because in PCCs and Road to Glory, you also have the factor in you can grab, title matches and all these other things. And in exhibition, there's less of those things. You can either grab the cards or you can grab boosts. So, I don't know. I feel like I get less energies in the, exhibition polls, and I'm not really sure why. And sometimes it gets frustrating because you're in a King of the Ring, you're trying to get energy so you don't lose to your opponent, and you're just not getting those energy pulls you need. And let's put it this way. In a PCC, it could take me, well, I don't know, 20 minutes of straight grinding to max out my energies if I'm at 6. So I'll get, 4 energies in a matter of 20, 25 minutes. But in exhibition, I've sat here for an hour, and it's took me around, like, I would get maybe 2 or 3 energies sometimes. It's insane how the difference, I don't know if there's a percentage or what they change, but I just feel like I do not get a lot of energy. So anyways, this just about wraps it up. Supercard Monday, a very long video, very rare. I don't really like to keep them this long, but I just wanted to put a lot of information into this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Supercard Monday, and stick to the channel because I'm going to be doing some more Supercard very soon. And some Spark at the Park for those who are looking for it on NBA 2K15 will be coming out later today, so be sure to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later. Rare Spark